ever witnessed.
I was on one that day.
You were. Dude,
Yeah.
Tyler was like, who the fuck is this guy?
Yeah, someone who's fucking serious.
And I was just like, he was like, I'm going to lose my shit. I'm like, maybe that's what you need to take away from this.
Dude, my mom, we can start this. This would be a great thing to start off of right now.
Let's do it.
Hold on, let me pull up my mom's Instagram. Because I've been she's my first. I've been checking her shit every fucking 5 minutes. All right. Blur. I don't want any of that.
I'm gonna pull this up just a little bit.
Yeah, you're good. Wait.
Okay, cool.
I'm gonna put this so people will know to come watch this shit. Because we might get a few, probably, I don't know, maybe 20 or 30 people on the stream.
Fuck
yeah. View channel, live, share, copy, and then they'll ask questions on the chat.
Bro,
So
throw the questions in.
If we want to monitor the chat on my stream, we can, because that could be some funny shit too.
Throw the questions in.
And we'll do this for because they're watching now, for every sub that comes through either Twitch or Kick or a YouTube gift, we will donate it to the charity of Alex's preference.
Fuck yeah. I won't say no to that.
All of the subs go to little starving kids in Africa.
Or starving kids here in America.
Or in America.
Unfortunately, we have starving kids everywhere.
I was hyping myself up in the bathroom. I was hitting the vape pen.
Dude, I stopped smoking like, what was it, like a year ago? What a different life experience not smoking is.
Oh, yeah, I want to know about that. Should I tag? Who should I tag?
Tag Super Confident AI.
All right. Super Confident. Yeah, there it is.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Fuck yeah. Oh my god.
Why is this optimal formula not working? See? I am. All right, there we go. I'm gonna have fun. All right.
Fuck yeah.
Okay, so what I was gonna tell you about my mom. What I was gonna tell you. Oh, we'll wait for Isaac to get out of here. Isaac. See how I remembered his name? I try to remember people's names. That's the thing that's such an easy win. Like right away when you're speaking to someone is remembering their name. Or here's an even bigger win and kind of a theme in my life of like, and kind of a Trumpism where like you can turn every L into a W.
Yep.
Where like if you forget someone's name, the best thing you can do is go, hey, I'm a human being and I totally forgot your name. Could you just remind me one more time so that I don't forget? And they're like, yeah, no problem.
Yep.
Right? I love it when people call me by my name. Makes me think that they actually know me and I potentially may actually know them.
Well, and nothing's worse than somebody who forgets your name in the first like 3 seconds, which happens all the time.
Yeah, but also you got to give the benefit of the doubt to the people that forget your name, especially if you are an average white guy like us. Okay? Because average white guys like us all are named Daniel, David, Alex, John, James, you know what I mean? Like we all have the same fucking name.
It's
we all have the same fucking name. And you're like, oh man, I can't believe you forgot my name. It's like, well, it's the Daniel, David, Dennis. It's all just kind of rolls into the same thing. But anyway, what I was going to tell you about my mom is I've been here in Phoenix for the last 10 days doing family stuff because all my family lives here. And my mom is a very accomplished food. She's a food influencer, but she doesn't do any influencing. Okay? She's not a trained chef, but she's had a televised cooking show for like 10 years on an NBC affiliate. Yeah, she's been on Good Morning America. She's written 7 cookbooks, and basically in like the South, this area, New Mexico, Southern California, like she's known as the lady that does food, right?
What's her name, by the way?
Her name's Kelly. Kelly
Okay.
Coffeen, Kelley. And she's written 7 cookbooks. And I asked her, I said, Mom, how much money have you made from those cookbooks? And she said, probably about $40,000.
That's it?
That's it, right? Because the publishing companies that she's worked with in the past are just like small budget, right? And yeah, she's in Barnes and Noble and of course everyone's on Amazon, but like she's in all the major bookstores, but people don't really buy cookbooks that much, or if they do, they're only buying the famous influencer / chef cookbooks.
Yep.
Right? It's kind of hard to build your way up without a social media presence, but she's 60 years old and knows how to do Facebook and knows how to post a single picture on Instagram, maybe, right? And so while I've been here staying with her, I'm like, she's telling me she's about to go write another cookbook. And everyone's all happy, you know, for it. She's like, she kind of announces like, yeah, I'm going to do this, and it's for the University of New Mexico, and yada, yada, yada. And I'm sitting there going, another one? Another? And then these take, like, it doesn't come out till 2028 probably.
She's got AI. Why can't she put it out tomorrow?
Well, yeah, exactly, right? But the thing is that another cookbook is not going to move the needle significantly in any way. It's just going to be another cookbook. That's it. Right? She might make a couple, 10, 20, 30, maybe she'll make $40,000. I don't know. I hope she does. But the likelihood of her making money off of that is not very high. Whereas if she would just do this, make videos on her phone of her writing the cookbook, right? Telling the story, doing the cooking online, right? Then what would probably happen is this would probably gain more popularity and take the place of the cookbook.
For sure. So
I've been sitting with her every night, helping her edit these reels. And so far we have gotten, so this is the one from last night. It's at 304,000 views.
What? Are you shitting me?
304,000 views. And then
you took Mama Coffeen through the Instagram for retards?
Yes.
That's amazing.
Right, exactly. And so there's another one there, I think 40,000 views. But if you look at all the rest of her videos, she's never.
Oh yeah.
She's literally posted maybe 10 videos. None of them got ever over 1,000 likes. She doesn't know how to use Instagram.
A Christmas one that got 2,500 views.
Yeah, there you go. But so yeah, 300,000 views on that one, and then you can't see it, but I have a screenshot of her trial reels, which is that, and it's another 200,000 views. So we're almost at 1 million views in like 6 days of a 60-year-old woman not knowing how to do Instagram. And that will move the needle so much more and so much faster than writing a fucking book. You know how long it takes to write a fucking book? Yeah, AI. But right? Like, why are they still paying people to write cookbooks?
Literally, you can go to Claude right now, or you can go to My Instant AI or wherever, and you can be like, write me a book. And it will write you an entire book in less than an hour.
Yeah.
Okay,
it can do anything.
What I want to know is, because I've got like a ton of stuff I want to talk to you about.
Now we're starting.
Let's go, baby. The first thing I want to know is, take us through what caused you to come up with the slogan, get fit, get rich, and then get a chick.
There's a quick correction there.
Oh.
Get jacked,
Thank
get
you.
rich, then get a chick.
Okay, fair.
I have to be fair. I didn't make it up.
Okay.
I heard it on a Chris Williamson podcast. That's what it's called, right? No, what's it called? Come on. Oh, he's gonna see this clip. No, he's not.
Maybe
it's
one
called,
day.
What is this podcast called, motherfucker?
You got
Infinite Wisdom. No, Modern Wisdom.
All right.
That's the fucking vape pen wearing off. Modern Wisdom. And he was interviewing, I think it was George Mack, who's an author. And they just kind of jokingly said, first you get rich, first you get jacked, then you get rich, then you get the girl, right? And he said it like in his British accent. And I was like, whoa, what did he just say? And so I rolled it back, and then I started playing, I heard it again, and I started playing out in my mind the path that I took, which was find a girl, find a job, find a house, figure the rest out.
Oh, fuck that.
That's what I thought you were supposed to do.
Yeah.
I thought that's what you're supposed to do. I thought you were supposed to.
Well, that's what we're taught, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you draw a picture of what I don't know. I literally don't know how to turn this off. It's literally off, silent. It's on silent. I can't tell you how it's still doing that.
That's why I went D&D before you got here. I was like, I know what's gonna happen.
It's on sleep, so I'm going to airplane mode. I want to monitor the chat, but we'll do that in a little bit. Anyhow, so yeah, I heard it from there, and I started playing through my mind my route that I took in life, and I realized that I did that very out of order, because when I was going through my mind on that, I was jacked at that point, but I wasn't rich, and I had a girlfriend, and I didn't really like where I was at there, you know. And so, and then I played it back some other times when I wasn't jacked, when I was married, and just in the Army. I wouldn't say I was rich, but I had a decent job, right? So I'm like going through these different scenarios of my life in my head. I'm 35 years old, so I feel like I've lived like a few different adult.
Hold on, are you actually 35 years old?
Yeah, I'm 35.
Because that is like one of the leading comments that everybody says on your posts is, there's no way this guy's 35.
Which is interesting because, and it's definitely the steroids, and stress, and women, mostly women. But when I was 26, before I started taking PEDs, people would say, "How old are you?" I say, "I'm 26," and they go, "You look younger," right? And so yeah, that definitely changed. But being 35, it's not. I don't think it's super old, but I feel like I've lived quite a few like adult lives. Like I was an adult when I was in the Army. I was adult when I was married. I was an adult when I had I was in a committed relationship after that, and now I'm an adult and I'm single again. And so I started playing these different scenarios through my mind of like when I was in the Army, had a girlfriend, got married. When I was out of the Army, got married, had a girlfriend. And I didn't like those results. Like I didn't like where I was. And so I was like, maybe this really is the secret here is get jacked, get rich, then get a chick. Because the logic behind it makes a ton of sense. It's not just funny. It's actually very true, because self-confidence is incredibly important.
For sure.
And I did not have a lot of self-confidence in myself. The only time I ever had confidence in myself in my 20s was when I was wearing my uniform.
Yep.
Because I had a Ranger tab.
Yep.
And I had fucking EFMB, and I had an air soul badge, and like I had fucking ribbons. Like you could not boast, but like you're confident in your, what they say, in your rack. Like,
well, they train you to be.
Yeah,
they
yeah,
literally
like
they program you to be confident in your job.
Right. And so I was only confident when I was wearing that uniform, and I would even, this is so cringe, I would sit in rooms to make sure that my left shoulder was, or right shoulder? I can't even fucking remember what shoulder it's on now. I think it's on the
Your
right
tabs
shoulder.
were showing?
Yeah, where my tab was.
Yeah.
Like, so like people would walk in and I'd be like, okay, make sure they know that that's right there.
Yep.
And like so petty. But outside of my uniform, I was just like kind of like I don't know, I was just soft.
Yeah.
I was just a soft individual. Like my body was just soft. I was good at running. I could do a bunch of fucking push-ups and pull-ups. But I was just like a soft looking dude. And didn't have a lot of confidence. And then when I started, flash forward to, I started bodybuilding and taking steroids, and people started to come up and be like, yo, dude, you're pretty jacked. Yo, what should I start taking? What supplements do you take? How many grams of protein? How much do you bench, right? When I started getting the, hey, how much do you bench questions, I was like, oh, nice. I still hate that question, by the way. But we can test it one day. But yes, like getting jacked was like, okay, this gave me confidence that I could walk into a room, and being jacked, I was sending you that message earlier, is like one of the best investments that I ever made.
Right.
Because it surprisingly makes me very approachable.
Now, how so?
Well, and it's also, it totally breaks all race barriers.
Okay.
Because every like person that usually walks by me, either male or female, I usually get a look, right? And the look is usually like a that.
A double take.
Yeah, and so when people walk into a room and they see me, it's like a whoa, right? And it's kind of a good feeling for them. And the first thing they want to say is, whoa, dude, you're jacked. And I'm just like, yeah, thanks, you know, trying to get like you, right? And so people coming up to me and telling me, you know, like I'm an average white guy. I'm not a professional bodybuilder. I'm not even close to being a professional bodybuilder. Average white guy genetics. But I stay relatively lean and I like the way I look. And what I've realized is that self-confidence and getting acknowledgement from others, like that whole thing gave me a ton of confidence.
Yep.
And now I'm super confident when I walk into a room, not because I'm the clothes I'm wearing, but because like I stand out and I like that. And I think that there's really like 2 ways that you can be really confident in yourself, maybe 3. So like being jacked, being smart.
Yep.
But that's also like, it's kind of hard. You got to talk to somebody for a while before you know they're smart. You can't walk into a room and be like, oh yeah, that guy's fucking smart, right? And then the third one is humor.
Oh, humor goes.
Yeah, humor's a good one.
You want to get a girl to drop her panties, you break out the humor.
Yeah, humor's a good one. But the getting jacked one is like pretty much the only one you can really control.
Yeah. Well, you can control all of them. It takes, in my opinion, way more discipline to get funny or to get smart than it does to get jacked.
Right, yeah, you just got to go to the gym, boys, and eat. And so, yeah, that self-confidence right there was a huge boost for me. And then the second one, the get rich one, so get jacked, get rich, so we're on number 2. The get rich one, what that allowed me to understand was that when you're financially stable, you can actually chill the fuck out.
Big time.
And that is deadly, like in a good way. Like that's a good thing. Being financially stable so that you can chill out is where your best ideas come from.
Yep.
Not your best ideas do not come when you're stressed the fuck out. It doesn't work like that. You know, and so if you're always stressed about money, or you know your income's unstable, it's going to be really hard for you to start anything. It's going to be really hard for you to become creative. It's going to be really challenging for you to decide what the fuck you want to do, because you're all you're worried about is getting that check at the end of the week.
You're in fight or flight mode 24/7.
Yeah, and there is definitely some benefit to that. Like that's where, you know, the underdog story comes in. You're backed into the corner and you fight your way out. Absolutely, I'm all for that. Had to do it myself. But if you want the real creative ideas, that thing that you're going to invent, that patent you're going to get, that song you're going to write, like that's going to come when you're chilled out.
For sure.
And so what I've learned from those 2 things is that once you're self-confident, you're not stressed, you're financially stable, then by default, you're just going to attract a higher quality mate.
Absolutely.
Right?
Well, not only that, but it's interesting that we're talking also about, you said, humor and intelligence. Well, guess what you get along the way of becoming rich? As a byproduct, you have to figure out how to get smarter.
Yeah.
You have to figure out how to talk to people, sell people, joke with people, laugh with people. Otherwise, you are probably not going to get rich.
No.
Unless you get really, really fucking lucky.
Somebody asked me a really good question. It's not really about getting rich, but it's money-making related. And they said, how fast could you make 10 grand in a month? Like if you started from nothing. If you started from nothing, how long would it take you to make 10 grand in a month? And I remember what my business mentor told me, and he told me that you can brute force your way to 10 grand in a month.
For sure.
Like you can trade your time for something to get 10 grand in a month. But after that, like for example, when I first, once I got out of the Army, I don't know where we want to start on that, but I got out of the Army when I was 31 years old, right after COVID. And I went to physical therapy school, and I got expelled from physical therapy school for 3 professionalism violations. It was a Catholic private college, and so they had a code of conduct, and I kept breaking the code of conduct.
Imagine that.
Anyhow, so I got out of the Army, go to physical therapy school, get expelled, don't have a job, don't have income, don't have any experience, just gotten divorced, have a child support payment, and I make the grand decision that I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to get famous on the internet. That's what you do. You get famous on the internet. But in order to get famous on the internet, you gotta have some fucking money. And so I started teaching bodybuilders how to do the bodybuilding poses on stage. I joke and tell people that I had a reverse OnlyFans because people would FaceTime me or Zoom call me, they'd video call me, and I would stare at them in their underwear, but they would pay me. It was like a reverse OnlyFans. So people would pay me to stare at them in their underwear. And so I taught these guys how to do the poses, and I charged $35 a session, and I eventually charged $50 a session, and then eventually $75, and then eventually $100, then up to $120 a session, and I'd schedule 10 fucking clients a day. And I would brute force my way to $500 a day, $700 a day, $1,000 a day, but I had no time to do anything.
Right.
You know, like 10 hours straight of staring at hairy fucking dudes in man thongs.
You were tunnel vision.
Oh, man. And it got old quick. But yeah, so that was my answer to the question is like, if you work hard enough and if you have one thing to sell, then you can brute force your way to 10 grand in a month. It's easier if your thing that you're selling is expensive, but if it's $35, you're gonna have to work your fucking ass off.
Well, and you know, I tell people something similar. I tell them, if you are willing to set aside, I'd make it longer, 6 months. You can brute force your way to 10 to 20 grand a month. And it may not even necessarily be because you are selling a product yet. Like, build a business, go raise money, whatever. In 6 months, you should be making 10 to 20 grand a month.
Yeah.
If you can fall into it, fuck up every single thing and still get there in 6 months.
And the cool thing is for the people watching, if you're thinking, what the heck could I sell to make 10 grand a month? I will tell you a story. When I was in the 5th grade, I was renting a Nintendo 64 game called Doom. And I was renting it from Albertsons, a grocery store where you could rent movies back then. And my mom would go to the grocery store every week, and if I had good grades, she would let me rent video games. And so I was probably rented this Doom game like 6 times, and I could not get past level 4. I could not, or maybe it was level 5. I think it was level 5. I could not get past level 5. Yeah, it's 5. So 5th grade, level 5, and then here's the 3rd 5. So my friend Julian Flores, who's in my class, was renting the same game, and he had already beaten level 5. And so I paid Julian Flores $5, a $5 bill in 5th grade in 1998 or
That's
something.
like giving somebody $1 million right now.
Dude, a $5
for a video game
a
level.
$5 bill for someone that's like, I think I was like 9 years old or something. Like
that's big money.
That's a wisdom tooth. That's a molar. That's a tooth fairy molar right there. That's like the bloodiest fucking loose tooth you ever got, and your parents feel bad for you. And I spent it on him to come to my house. I rented the game. We ordered pizza. We had a sleepover, and he showed me how to beat that fucking level. And I honestly don't even know if I ever ended up beating the game. I don't even remember anything after that. The only thing I remember is that was like the best money I had ever spent. And so flash forward, you know, like 20 years later, I figured out that literally every single person watching this on Earth is better at something than somebody else.
For sure.
And if you're better at one person, better than that, vape pen. If you are better than one person at one thing, then you are better than a shit ton of other people also that are just like that other person.
Yep.
And so I learned that lesson in 5th grade. So if you're wondering like, what the heck could I sell? What the heck can I promote? It's whatever you're already good at. It's whatever is effortless for you to sit back and tell your buddies like, oh dude, don't do that. Oh, that's fucking dumb. No, you want to do this instead. Like whatever is effortless for you to do it on a Zoom call and charge money for it.
Oh yeah, the coaching industry is, and I used to dog on it because there's also a lot of bullshit and a lot of fraud and like a lot of retards that don't know what they're actually doing, not actually better, but they sell these high ticket crazy courses. But the coaching industry as a whole is just booming.
Yeah, and if you want to stand out in the coaching industry, don't tell people what to do. Just tell them all the mistakes to avoid.
Yep.
Don't, because all the other coaches are telling people what to do. but it's actually way easier to get success with a client if you just show them all the mistakes they could potentially make on the way to their goal, and you just say, don't fucking do that. And then you follow it up with a story of what you fucked up and how it screwed up your path. And so I call it learning by removal.
Yep.
So if you just taught me, like if you taught me everything about, you're going to teach me about AI, or you're going to teach me how to build some specific thing on AI. If you were to show me a step-by-step process of how to do it, I would retain maybe half of it, right? And I probably wouldn't be able to replicate it. But if you showed me all the fucking gaps and all the things that I could do, go wrong and do, and then you show me the fucking step-by-step process, I'll retain way more of it.
Well, it's funny too, because the AI industry, that's actually a secret that's just now coming out. To even tell the AI when you prompt it, don't prompt it with what to do. Prompt it first with what not to do, and add in things to do along the way. So it's the exact same thing with a machine as it is with a person.
Yeah, learn by removal.
Yeah.
I got another opportunity to learn that lesson. My mom has always wanted me to be a lawyer for some reason. I have no fucking clue. She's always telling me that I should be a lawyer. So when I was in the Army, I went to lunch with these two Army lawyers, JAG officers.
Yep.
And because I was like trying to appease my mom, like, Mom, okay, look, get off my case about the fucking law thing. I'm gonna go out with these two JAG guys and I'm gonna ask them exactly what they do, and then I'm gonna report back. And she goes, okay. And so we go to lunch and they're telling me all the stuff they do, and I'm telling them kind of like what I like to do or what I see in my future and shit like that. And so it's a good conversation, cordial, and we get up to leave, and one of the guys goes off to the bathroom, and the other guy looked at me and he goes, you know, Dan, he goes, I don't think you should be a lawyer. And I went, thank God, thank you. I was like, thank you so much for saying that. I was like kind of shocked at first, but I was like, dude, that was like that piece of information right there is better than everything you just told me, right? Just what not to do.
Yep. Don't enter into this industry. It's not for you.
Yeah, it's not for you, dude.
Yeah. Okay, I want to go back to a moment.
All right.
Because I think you still have it on your latest Instagram account.
Okay.
That very first video that blew up. Give us like the walkthrough of the before after, what was going through your mind, why you decided on, if I remember correctly, it was Sweet and Low, smoking weed, food, on a cutting board in your car.
Yeah, it's funny that you asked that, because I've even had another style of content that was kind of broke the internet by doing similar things. And so I thought you were going to ask about that one, but you're asking about the old one.
The original, the OG.
original one, yeah, okay. So this was right at the time where I was like, I am spending 10 to 12 hours a day staring at hairy fucking dudes in man thongs, dancing around and being all emotional and fucking being bodybuilders and texting me in the middle of the night about shit that's not even fucking important. And and so I was posting just purely educational content on my Instagram.
Yeah.
If your pose looks like this, you need to do this exercise. Because I went to physical therapy school, so I'd pair all of the posing deficiencies with like exercises that people could do to be able to get into the positions easier. So there's like a biomechanics aspect to it, anatomy aspect to it, my skeleton. I'd be talking about muscles and then transferring it over to the bodybuilders and stuff like that. So it's like purely educational content. And if you know anything about educational content on social media, it stops being fun like 5 seconds after you do it.
Boring as fuck.
Oh my God. God, it's so boring to just tell people the same fucking thing over and over and over and over and try to figure out new ways to say the same shit. And then the worst part of that is that as you get like more experienced in how to do something, the way you explain it is even simpler now. So it's now my reels are just like, yeah, you basically just stand there and then you flex. Like it just got to the point where it was just like just such a basic thing for me to do that my content was just not performing very well because I wasn't into it anymore.
Right.
I wasn't into it anymore. I was like fed up with it. And so I found a podcast as I was just, I don't know, one day just browsing for something to listen to. And I saw a podcast with Mr. Beast where he was being interviewed. And he was being interviewed on, I think it was Diary of a CEO was the first one that I saw it on. And I really like Steven's podcast.
Dude, shout out to Steven.
I'm available.
He's a G.
I'm available anytime you need me. And so I really like his podcast, and I was like, I'm going to watch this. I didn't know anything about Mr. Beast. I knew who he was. I knew about Feastables. I knew about the ethically sourced chocolate. I knew that he was a big YouTuber, but I'd never watched a single fucking Mr. Beast video ever. So I watched the video, and at one point, he starts getting a little frustrated. And if you watch that podcast, they do it at 2 a.m. That's because that's the only time he's available. They don't tell you that in the podcast, but it is 2 a.m.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, and he's like in between flights for his videos.
God, that'd be a lot.
And Steven goes through like leaps and bounds to be able to get this podcast scheduled. And like he's got to get his whole camera crew there at 2 a.m. Like this is not a normal situation.
Yep.
Right? Plus you got to look like it's not 2 a.m. You got to act like it's not 2 a.m. And so it was it was cool. But he starts getting a little flustered because I know he's fucking tired. And he goes, yeah, man. He's like, I just sit on these podcasts all the time. I tell people how to go viral and nobody listens. And I dialed it back again. And I went, wait, what did he say? He said, I sit on these podcasts all the time and I tell people how to go viral and they don't listen. And I was just like, all right, motherfucker, I will call that. And so I'll call that bet. And so I just searched on YouTube, Mr. Beast podcasts. And I watched, I don't know, probably 10 podcasts of him and then like 1 hour clips of from other podcasts where he's been on. And so I'm listening to all these things and I'm starting to see these trends. And what I'm deciphering is he's saying, take the things that are already viral and then pair them with other things that are viral. And if you can take them from different niches, so a viral concept from this, from like, you know, a food niche, a viral concept from a bodybuilding niche, a viral concept from, you know, I don't know, parenting niche, like whatever, whatever it is, right? So you take those viral concepts and then you put them into one video. And what you end up doing is you end up like getting the attention of the algorithm of the people in that niche, the people in that niche, the people in that niche. And it just expands the reach of the video. And so I started studying my algorithm and my feed, and I was like, all right, so what's viral? Well, the viral things are whatever keeps coming up.
Yep.
So what kept coming up at the time was these fitness influencers, because I was in the bodybuilding space, so it was like kind of tied to the fitness niche. They were all eating food off of cutting boards, and it was like, for some reason, it was like a big keto season or carnivore season, and so like people were just eating lots of meat,
the carnivore diet,
avocados and eggs and fucking whatever, like, and it's all, you know, laid out on this cutting board. Looks like a kid's fucking Lunchable. And so, or a adult, it looks like an adult Lunchable. Yeah. Looks like an adult Lunchable. I'm fucking all these clips up. So I'm like, all right, cutting boards, got it. Cutting boards are viral. And even Young LA, the clothing company, was sending out these customized Young LA cutting boards, like branded to all their influencers, because they knew the influencers were eating off of fucking cutting boards. So I'm like, all right, cutting boards, got it. And so then the other one that kept coming up on my feed was what I eat in a day as a fat girl. Yep. What I eat in a day as a fatty.
Oh yeah, I've seen that, and it's actually like really, really fine looking women that.
No, there's a very large. I mean.
Well, that's the new viral trend is like hot girls will go and take that same thing and be like, what I eat every day as a fat girl.
Oh, and they're not.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. That'd get some views. But yeah, so it was like all these like very overweight women eating food mostly in their cars, right? And so I was like, okay, so like what I eat in a day as a blank, that seems to be viral. And then there was also a lot of these like food channels too that were doing food videos and whatnot, and they were also in their car. Like this one lady, she literally like goes to Chipotle and she'll get a burrito and she'll bring it into her car, and then she will like she'll like add things to it in her car, and sometimes she'll have like a deep fryer in her car, or she'll have like fucking a blender in her car.
Whoa.
Right. So she's like doing all this shit in her car. And so I'm like, all right, so sitting in cars, eating, what I eat in a day, cutting boards. And I was like, I guess I could do that. I was like, I guess I could just take my bodybuilding meals that I have to eat and say what I eat in a day as a bodybuilder, and then eat the food off the cutting board. And I was like, I don't know what to say after that. Like, what am I supposed to do? Like, do I talk about the food? What do I do? And so I was like sitting there, and I was like, maybe I'll smoke a joint first. Yeah. Like, maybe I'll smoke a joint before I do this. And so I just lit a joint, and I just turned the camera on, and I was just like, what I eat in a day as a bodybuilder on a cut. And I had the joint in my mouth, and the joint falls out, and all the ash goes all over the food, and I go, fuck this cutting board. and then I just like started eating the food, and then I just was like talking or whatever. But that was the clip right there that made that first video just go crazy, and that video got like 50,000 followers.
Oh, I remember.
Yeah, it was like I think it wasn't a ton of views. It was like 5 million views over the course of like a few weeks. But the following was just insane. And so I just, as Mr. Beast said, if it works once, do it again.
Yep.
And so I just kept doing it. And then all of a sudden I start having just an entire new group of people that are following me. And not many of them are bodybuilders, right? It's just like regular people now. And I was telling my business coach about it, and he said, he's like, well, you might have screwed up, like you might have messed up your algorithm, because now your target audience is going to be all these people that are, or like your target audience hasn't changed, like you're still in the bodybuilding niche, like you still got to make money selling to bodybuilders, and all these people that are following you now are not bodybuilders. He's like, I think you might have made a mistake there. And I was like, nah, I think I'm gonna keep doing it. And so that's exactly what I did, is I kept doing it. And then and that allowed me to start studying social media a little bit more, and understanding that, I don't need to have these original ideas. Original ideas are hard to come up with.
Oh yeah.
Right. And if you're not chilling out, right? If you're not financially stable, if you got a day job that you fucking hate, because you got to make money, it's going to be hard for you to come up with creative, original ideas. And so if you use other people's creative, original ideas to your advantage, then you can get ahead. And that's the whole thing about social media, is that it is, first of all, it's an app on your fucking phone. It's not real life. I have to tell people that all the time. The internet is not a real place, everyone. Just so you know, you can't go into the internet. You can't go into your phone. And if you have like issues with like social media and stuff, there's a button that makes it all go away.
Yep.
And it will just vanish, and you'll be forgotten, and you'll forget everyone else on those apps, and your life will probably be a lot better. But yeah, it's just an app on your phone. The internet's not a real place. And so if the internet's not a real place, then it's just a game, right? It's just a computer program.
Exactly.
And the object of the computer program, of the game, is to win the fucking game. And how do you win the game? You win the game by looking at the scoreboard. And what's the scoreboard? That fucking number next to your profile picture. I wish it wasn't like that, but that's what the game is. And you will get treated differently based off of that number next to your name.
For sure.
I have a friend who says, when he meets people, he says, hey, what's your Instagram? I want to see how many followers you have so I know how to treat you.
Just straight to the point.
Yeah.
Well, and I love that as a rule of thumb. Unfortunately, now you can just pay for followers, bot programs and all this other crap. But to your point,
that's pretty easy to detect, though.
I was going to say, you can see it pretty quick in
the video quality.
Video quality, comments, likes, you name it. And even that's a little throwaway. But to your point, like, it's the internet, it's a game, it's not real life. And specifically, if you're trying to make money, it is the fastest way to make money, is to just level up in that game.
Yeah, it's fast, but it's also really fucking dumb.
It is.
It's kind of dumb. It really is, because, and I've done it myself, where I have had a following that had 500,000 people, right? I had a 500,000 following Instagram account that just got disabled. Now, I was the reason it got disabled because I posted a bunch of shit I wasn't supposed to, but it zapped 100% of my income. Overnight, gone.
Yeah.
Every person that would ever pay me for anything was on that app.
Social media overlords, man, they run the game.
Yeah, and so it can be taken away from you as quickly as you can get it. But so that's why you have to have that skill of being better at something than someone else, because you'll always have that.
Well, I was gonna say, like, now that they have AI on the back end of all these social media platforms, it's really easy for them to go in and just like delete your shit, because maybe you didn't even actually violate a rule, but the AI thinks you did, so they're just gonna delete you. But to your point, when you know how to fish, you can go catch more fish.
And if it works once, it'll work again.
Exactly.
If you can run it up once, you can run it up again.
It's funny, I was telling a friend, like, there was Salt Bay, and then there's Daniel Caffeine, Sweet Bay, because Sweet and Low on literally everything, which was one of the first.
Oh yeah, that's another thing too that was kind of made that kind of viral.
Oh yeah, because I even commented on, the very first time I commented on one of your videos, it was because of the Sweet and Low. And Sweet and Low, I don't know if it still does or not, it used to have aspartame in it.
Yeah, it does.
And I was like, bro, you are like chugging gallons of aspartame.
Yeah,
what are you doing?
It puts holes in your brain for sure.
Fuck yeah. But like that one thing, surprisingly, I'd want to go look at the data of like when you added that in.
It was in that video.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was that. I guess I totally left that out. But yeah, that's a thing that I've been doing for quite some time. Yeah, Sweet and Low packets. My grandmother used to use them because she was diabetic, so she would use them to make like teriyaki sauce.
Oh God.
Because like you just put it in, you just like take soy sauce and you just put a Sweet and Low packet in it, and it turns into sweet soy sauce, which is fucking teriyaki sauce basically. And she'd put it in mustard, so it went from regular mustard to fucking sweet mustard, and stuff like that. And I was like, when I was bodybuilding, I'd always have this like sweet tooth after eating a meal, and so I like would use the Sweet and Low and I would do the same thing, like mix it with soy sauce, mix it with mustard, whatever. And I always noticed that if I had like a sweet element to my meal, then that craving for something sweet after eating wouldn't be there. It wouldn't be as strong. And then I just got lazy one day, and I was like, or I didn't have any whatever I needed to make whatever sauce I wanted to put on there. I was like, yeah, fuck, I'm just gonna dust it on there and see what it is, how it goes. And I was like, yeah, it's great. Just like, it's like salt, but it's sweet. And then it got progressively just more and more, like, I did it the one time, and then I was like, I'm just gonna keep doing this.
Yeah.
And I would always just like shake the packets like this because they get all clumpy. And so that was another thing. It's like kind of an ASMR thing in that video, because I would always go like, and that's like a really satisfying.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's like a real satisfying thing to hear, and people are always expecting it. And so yeah, that was another aspect of that.
Okay, so now we have, fast forward, Instagram for retards.
Instagram for retards.
Tell us about that.
So that was the genesis of it. Was I figured out that I could take viral elements and viral concepts from different niches, cram them all into one, and then put my little spin on it with whatever it is that I'm doing. I did another kind of run of that car series with drinks. So there was this guy that I followed. His name's Kidsway. Kydsway. He has tattoos all over his face, and he's a recovering alcoholic. And he would sit in his car, and he would take these big cups of ice, and he would go on his console, he'd go, I'm a recovering alcoholic, and today I'm gonna make you one of my best mixed drinks, like whatever. Like, and he'd be like, this is what I would drink at a barbecue. This is what I would drink at a fucking nightclub, or whatever. And he would make these super elaborate drinks. He'd put like a whole fucking thing of Crown Royal, sour punch, straws, fucking like a sour candy thing in there. He'd do like morning ones with like Starbucks coffee and fucking Kahlua and rum and shit. And so he makes this big ass fucking drink that is gonna this would like totally make you black out, right? It's probably a $50 fucking thing that he has in his hand right there.
Yeah.
And then he just goes out the window and he pours it on the ground. And then at every sobriety marks, I think I started following him at like I don't know, like 6 months sober or something. And every month 7, he did a video where he took a whole vodka or whole handle of vodka and just poured it on his head, right, to like celebrate sobriety. And so I'm like, oh, this guy's fucking awesome. So I started doing, I'm a recovering bodybuilder. I'm gonna make you one of the strongest pre-workouts or whatever, right? And so I'd do that, and I'd make this crazy pre-workout drink, and I was like, okay, so now if I just copy what the other people are doing, put my own spin on it, it's basically guaranteed to go viral. And so I'd like tell like some of my friends, like, yo, you should test this out, do this, this, and this, and they'd do it, and it'd be like, boom, a couple million views. And so my business mentor at the time, he goes, actually, I think you might have done something here. He goes, I think you did something right. And he said, and so I want you to fold up the posing coaching business. Now the posing coaching business is this time it's like making me like, again, it's not that fun, but it's making me like 40 grand a month, 50 grand a month. Like
that's a great living for 99.9% of people.
Yeah, no, it was great. It was really good. But I was working my fucking ass off, and I didn't like the content I was making, and I didn't want to be a fucking posing coach forever.
Yeah.
Did not want to do that. And so he said, I want you to fold up the posing coaching business. I said, and do what? And he's like, just teach people how to do Instagram. I was like, what do you mean? He's like, just teach people how to make videos on Instagram. I said, that's not a fucking offer, Ted. Like, I can't teach people how to and charge them money to make fucking Instagram videos. And he goes, yes, you can, and you're going to do it. And I was like, well, what do I even do? He goes, just show them exactly what you did. Yep. And so I put up a story post, and I said, yo, if you want to learn how to go viral on the internet, on this stupid fucking app, I'm going to say, I'm not an expert, but I can just show you exactly what I did, and it keeps fucking working.
Yeah.
And so 3 people signed up, and I charged them $2,000 a piece. And within 2 weeks, they all had a 1 million view reel, and that was enough for them. They didn't make any money. They didn't get any brand deals. They had a 1 million view reel, and it was like the best money they had ever spent, because the dopamine hit off of a very viral reel, it's better than any other drug. The high lasts so fucking long.
Oh, I can only imagine.
Days, weeks, sometimes. We had a guy that got a 50 million view reel, and it was just like every 3 days he'd have another 1,000 followers, and off the same, and so like that high just continued, and he'd come to the calls and he'd be like, got another 1,000 today, it's at another million, blah blah, and I was like, dude, how long are you gonna fucking ride this high for? Like, this is insane. And so what I realized is like, yeah, it's like if I can get someone a 1 million view reel within their first week, which is always my goal,
yeah, then
it literally doesn't even fucking matter what I do after that. They're in.
Yeah.
They are bought. I just did it with my mom. It's not at 1 million. It's at 300,000.
But still.
But she's never had anything over 3,000.
Right.
So she's like, oh my God.
Yeah.
And she's like sending me videos like, how do I take the audio off of this? Blah, 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 blah. And I'm just like, Mom, just relax. We're just going to do the same thing every single day, just like this. And you do that because what happens is when you start getting all those views, your not only does your motivation to make more reels kick in, but that, like, the eyes, the comments, those start generating more ideas for you.
Yep.
And it just becomes this like really neat ecosystem of people asking for help, and then you helping them, and then you getting them a positive result, and then they go tell all their friends. Well, they don't even have to tell them. They just see it. They just see it and they go, whoa, what's going on? You go, oh, I hired Daniel. I'm in Instagram for Retards. And so the whole premise of Instagram for Retards is, I'm not an expert. I'm the lead retard here. And all I do is help you find those different concepts, put them together with your life story. And your life story is literally just all the shit you fucked up in your life.
Yep.
Like, that's it. I make the most amount of my sales, my high ticket sales, and people coming into Instagram for Retards not off of, hey, I can get you 1 million views. It's, this is what I wish somebody would have told me after I got divorced twice. This is what I wish somebody would have told me after I got out of the military. What does that have to do with Instagram? Fucking nothing. But it starts this conversation with them that's already on a personal connection, and then they see the life that I used to live and the life that I live now, and they clearly see that the bridge that I took to get there is a stupid fucking app on your phone.
Yep.
And that stupid fucking app on your phone is a computer program that doesn't play favorites. All you have to do is give it exactly what it wants, and then you win. And that's it. And you start off with getting views, and those views get you familiar with people. When people are familiar with you, they usually will start to explore more. They'll be on your page more often. They'll see more of your reels. And when they start seeing, you get more exposure, and you create relatable content that makes them feel like you're like them, right? That relatability starts to come in. When the relatability is there, the trust follows. And then once the trust follows, then you have the influence. And the influence is you can turn them into paying customers. You can get them to buy a product. You can get them to use an affiliate code. You can get them literally to do anything because they're so familiar with you that they trust everything that you do and what you tell them to do.
Oh yeah.
And it just becomes this really harmonious environment where you can all kind of help each other. And that is even more amplified if you have a community outside of Instagram. So I have a Discord community, I have a school community, I actually have 2 school communities, and those all have some people are in all 3 of them, but they each have their own like kind of specific things that we talk about in those communities.
Yep.
And again, it's honestly almost like a farm system for me to be able to see good ideas, business opportunities, and so it's been really good. So Instagram for Retards is literally just me telling you exactly what to do. And for the first 30 days, there is a video that you watch of me literally on my phone, like, because this is as close as I can get to you without you being at my house. So it's like you watch it, it's like a 6 or 7 minute video every day for 30 days. And I'm sitting there with my phone and I go, press this button, now press this button, now go find a reel that made you laugh that has 1 million views, bring it over here, you're gonna put it into the timeline, boom. And so if you just do all 30 days, in 30 days, because you have to like wait. Because if you've ever taken a college course online, most people just want to just blow through the material,
Yep.
right? Day one.
Yep.
And so I have it all locked. So you can only do one thing at a time.
Smart.
And so by the time, and that allows me to give you feedback. And so by the time you're done with the first 30 days, 90% of what I know about Instagram. And then we do it a 90-day program. So the next 60 days is you literally just fucking having fun, because we already know in that first 30 days what styles of content are going to work for you. And now over the next 60 days, we just iterate and innovate, and that following just climbs. Those brand deals just climb. We do TikTok shop as well. And so like it just starts, it's just a slow roll, but once it gets rolling, it doesn't stop.
Yeah, and you're actually very blunt, because I've seen it myself of like, I know how to get people to 500,000 followers. Don't ask me how to take you to 1 million, 10 million. Like,
nope.
I know how to get you to exactly where I got to at my height. That's it.
Yeah, I will never tell somebody to do something I've never done.
Oh, for sure.
Because I don't know I don't know.
Yeah.
I honestly don't know if it will work. And we do have we have a very high success rate, but there are people that do wash out of the program. But the reason they wash out of the program is one of 2 reasons.
Okay.
The first one is I say, you can't be worried about what your mom is going to say about this video.
Yeah.
And if you are, you'll literally never, you don't have a chance on social media.
Or anything in that matter.
You don't have a chance.
Yeah.
And so all you tell your family members is either, number 1, there is a button that makes it all go away, unfollow,
Yep.
right, block.
Yep.
Or what I like to say to them is, this is literally all I write back. If my mom says, you can't be talking about autistic people, or you can't like make fun of whatever, or you can't have a girl with whipped cream on her boobs in the back of your car. I write, the internet is not a real place.
Yep.
And you know what she's written back before? Well, we all think it is. Well, and then usually I'm just like, read that back. Read that back. But yeah, that's the first reason. And then the second reason that people wash out is they take a little bit of what I say, a little bit of what Personal Brand Launch says, a little bit of what Brian Marks says, a little bit of whatever other business fucking person or Instagram growth person they follow online says, and they try to do all of that, and none of it works. You know why? Because you got to commit to one fucking thing, right? You just got to go really hard on the one thing, not try to include a whole bunch of different things. It's like trying to do CrossFit and powerlifting and bodybuilding all at the same time. They're just all just different inputs, and the output is just a jumbled fucking mess. So those are the two reasons that people usually
well, and that's with business in general. I mean, how many people out there want to be entrepreneurs, and then all of a sudden they're like, well, I'm going to go into this business, and then I'm going to go into this, and then this, and they like stick with one thing for 5 minutes. It doesn't work. They don't have patience. They move to the next thing. Same thing. Next thing. It's like, stick in the pocket for more than a few seconds.
Yeah, you will suck less the more you do things.
Oh, well, most people never make it to the positive feedback. I call it the positive feedback loop, the hamster wheel. You have to sit in the shit for long enough to hit the hamster wheel. But once you hit the hamster wheel, there is nothing that can stop you except for you getting off of and quitting, getting off of the hamster wheel.
Yeah, there's a really good graph that I used to send a lot of my posing coaches about. It's called the emotional state of change. Is that what it is? Maybe we can pull it up on the screen. But essentially it talks about like how when you start something, you're really motivated, you're really excited to do it. But as you start to do it, you start to learn about all the problems you're going to face, and you start to see some of the challenges surface and the friction, and you get to what they call the valley of despair. And that's where, you know, things seem easier if you just go do something else.
Quit.
Right? If you just quit. And what happens is you end up going back up to this new idea where you're motivated again. And then you're into this new thing and you see another fucking problem. And then you fall into the valley of despair again. And then you just live in that same fucking cycle over and over again. But if you just keep like going through the darkness, the light comes on the other side. Right? Like you're close. Just keep going through it.
Well, and once you get even just to the point where you're back to break even, you're like, oh, I've gone into the valley. I've worked my way out. I'm back to scratch. But like, I've gotten so much better. I've seen all this other crazy shit. You're actually 10 times more passionate than you were when you started. And then it's just like you're on a rocket ship.
I'm thinking I'm thinking to myself right now about some of the times where I have been guilty of that. I've had multiple businesses that I've had to close up already.
Anybody who's been in business has.
Yeah, I was reminded of one today. Like at one point when I was doing the posing coaching thing, I created these posing mats where it would like basically be a map of like where to put your feet for all the different poses.
I've seen some of your videos with those.
Yeah, because the feet is like where everything starts, and if you start wrong, then the rest of the pose is crap. So I made all these mats and had them, made in China, and we shipped them all here, and there was just fucking friction the entire time. Gets blocked at the port, fucking tariffs, like everything you could fucking imagine. Some of them are ripped in half, and ended up hiring a company to run the e-commerce site, and just didn't pan out. And I was just stretched way too thin between doing the posing coaching and trying to run this fucking e-commerce site. And yeah, like I had to drop it. I had to cut sling load, as they say, and I've had to do that a couple of times. And so I'm learning now. I'm definitely not a business expert by any means, but I've learned that if I can keep my team small, and if I can keep focused on just like one specific offer, then we can really nail it.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, I want to know what the genesis of, and I'm so sad you're not in costume right now with the beard. What was the genesis, and like how did the whole Omni-Man thing? Tell me about that.
The Omni-Man came because of the comments.
Okay.
I would just post a regular day in the life reel or a food reel or whatever I post, and no matter how many likes or comments, there was always at least one or two gifs of Omni-Man. And and I could only assume people were saying like, you look like Omni-Man.
Yep.
But I didn't know who Omni-Man was because I don't watch fucking TV. I also don't even have a TV. That's why I don't watch. I literally don't even have a TV in my house. I don't watch any shows. I don't have a Netflix account. I don't have fucking Hulu. I don't have anything. I watch fucking like my only thing I'd nerd out on is like geopolitics and shit like that. Like I'll watch that on YouTube. I don't like watching TV shows or anything. And not because I don't want to. I just literally can't get interested in any of it.
Yeah.
I really can't do it. I don't know what's wrong with me. But
bigger fish to fry.
yeah, I guess so. Now I'm blanking on the question.
Omni-Man.
Omni-Man. So I didn't know who Omni-Man was. And I did a Q&A one day and someone said, you should do some Thrag content. And I was like, who the fuck is Thrag? And someone like wrote back and was like, Omni-Man. And so I'm like, all right, Omni-Man, Thrag, like what is going on here? So I just start searching Omni-Man and I see it's a cartoon and I'm like, all right, cool. And then I see it's on Amazon and I see some like other people like dressing up as Omni-Man and shit. And I was like, you know what, fuck it. I'll just buy a costume. And so I went on Etsy and there was like a costume for like $75 with the boots. And I was just like, yeah, I'll just do it and do like a day in the life as Omni-Man. And so, yeah, I did it and it went like super viral. And so then I cut one sleeve off and was like wearing sunglasses and chains. And I was like trying to be like, I was like Omni-Man, like on break. You know what I mean? Like celebrity Omni-Man. And he's like smoking weed and fucking playing blackjack and just like chilling out, right? Like Omni-Man on vacation. And so yeah, it's just like it's just been a really fun thing to do. I know I don't have the mustache right now, but yeah, like I'll go out on the Vegas Strip and stuff and stream like we're doing right now, and yeah, just do Omni-Man shit. It's just fun. It's like being a superhero.
Oh, it's hilarious to watch too. Okay, you say that talking shit is necessary in a man's life.
Yeah.
I love that one. You got to talk your shit, but give me your thought process.
Well, the reason I started saying that is because I have all these, I think we have 99 people inside of Instagram for retards right now, last I checked, which is quite a lot of people.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Mm-hmm. And they're very easy to manage because everyone gets the same fucking plan. And it works. That's like a sin in bodybuilding, right? In bodybuilding, like you want to make sure like everyone has their own customized plan. It's like not cookie cutter. This is the fucking opposite. My shit is cookie cutter because it fucking works. So they're really easy to manage. But what's not easy to manage is, remember what I said, you can't post, or you can't be afraid to post and your mom be upset about it?
Yeah.
So those are also there's another like side effect as well, is people will read the negative comments that they get, and they'll get very they'll get triggered.
Yeah.
They'll get triggered by a negative comment, and they'll say, so and so wrote this comment, how should I respond? Right? Well, they're saying this, what should I do? And to my answer is egg them on to see if you can get them to leave another comment, because that's the fucking game, right? The more comments, the more views. That's how that shit works, right? So you have to always keep in mind that you're playing a fucking game.
Yep.
A lot of people forget that. I've lost the question again. Oh, talking shit. So what you don't want to do on your main feed is make yourself look like an ass.
Yeah.
Right? So arguing with people in the comments, making it, because you can make an argument personal in the comments. You can also deflect it and make it not personal and make it banter and get people to also start commenting.
For sure.
So it's a fine balance there. But if you really want to like clap back at somebody, there is, which I think is healthy, there is a place that you can do that free of charge on Instagram. And it's called your trial reels. Because if you know anything about trial reels only get sent off into the ether where your non-followers exist. People who do not know you, who do not follow you. And so if you want to talk a little bit of shit, you should do it over there. And so I started telling people that. I was like, look, like if you're getting negative comments on your trial reels, go ahead, clap back at them, fucking say something back, right? But just to save your own self, right, on your main feed, try to keep it not personal.
Yeah.
Right. And so I was telling people to do that, and they would come back to me and they go, I actually like doing that. Like that actually felt good. And I started, I was like, yeah, it's good to talk some shit. Like it's good to have the upper hand on some things. And I don't know, maybe it's just because of the testosterone I take, but I think it's good to have a little bit of aggression and talk a little bit of shit on the internet. I think it's good for you. I think it keeps you motivated, keeps you sharp.
One, as a man, you have to have a spine, right? Like,
yeah.
You can't just let people walk all over you.
But go with humor. That's what I like to do. I go with humor. Yeah.
Okay, so correct me if I'm wrong, but you actually made an AI app recently, didn't you?
Yeah, we did. Yeah,
how did that go?
It's doing good. Surprisingly, like it surprisingly has not just completely dismantled itself, which I really thought it would, because I don't know jack shit about AI. But I went to go visit my daughter because I have a shared custody thing. And so I flew up to where she lives, because she lives in a different state than I do. And I got a nice cabin by a lake, and was going to have 10 days with her, and it was going to be really fun. We're going to do all these activities and stuff. And day 3, her mom tells me that she has to come pick her up and they have to leave town.
Yep.
And that I won't be able to see her for the rest of the time that I'm there, and that I should just fly home. And I was like, wow, all right. And this story will actually lead to something else about everything you want in life is downstream. And so I was like, I didn't fight it. I didn't say a word other than just, no problem, I understand. And I didn't even ask where they were going. So I kind of ran the numbers on would it make sense to get out of this Airbnb and fly home, like cost-wise, or should I just stay here at this cabin by the lake and chill out for the next week by myself? So I made the decision I was just going to stay at the cabin. And it was cool because I ended up I kind of got like a little cold or something, and it was like rainy. And so it was like just kind of nice to just be like chilling in this cabin by myself. And so while I'm in the cabin, I decided that I was going to download Claude. And I was just giving it some, I was like having it ask me questions, and I was like, what can I do with this shit? It was back in March when I don't know, probably AI was like it's still crazy, but it was like right when Claude came out, I think. And
vibe coding was going crazy.
Coding,
yeah,
so
everybody's building their own app.
Yeah, so it was like, I'll try this vibe coding shit. And so basically what I did is I took everything that I'd ever said about Instagram and social media, which is all on my school community. All the calls are recorded, all the videos, like I said, I show you how to do everything, it's all recorded. So I just like created this file of everything, and I just fed it to Claude, and it created a database for it. And then it like analyzed my voice and how I say things and my approach to things. And then I just basically vibe coded very poorly in a chat bot that would interface with the database, and you could ask it questions. You could say, I have an iPhone, a can of Zins, and a Monster, and I want to make a reel about going to a bachelor party. And then it will just generate a whole bunch of ideas with those things based off of what I'd put into the database. And then we also built in this other thing where like you could you could put a URL to a reel from Instagram, and it would kind of break down what was going on in that reel, and then the database would analyze the script and the pacing and the timing, and it would give you basically an output of, if you wanted to go do this reel, then just go shoot this, say this, say this, say this. And so I was like, oh man, this is awesome. And so we marketed it, we started selling it, and it's $10 and you get 50 chats a day. And yeah, I use it all the time. It makes it like just so much easier than having to actually like plan out or think too hard about a reel. You can just say, all right, I'm in a podcast studio, got all these cameras on me, we're talking about whatever, and it'll just start generating AIs, and you can just interface with it until you get the idea that you like, and then you go and shoot it.
That's dope. That's awesome. Now, do you think something like that changes fundamentally the coaching space, the bigger ticket items that you're doing, or do you think there's always going to be a hands-on human need? What do you think about where this is all going?
I think there's way more sophisticated technologies than my app that can automate social media. But I don't think that we're at the point in society yet where people want their coaching automated.
For sure. Yeah.
Which is weird because I don't think it's far away because humans make mistakes.
Yeah.
Right. So it's not far away that I think that there can be AI coaching, but if the AI can coach you, then you don't even need a coach.
Right.
Because you have the AI too.
Right.
So I don't know what that looks like, but I think it's probably not a change in technology. It's more of just a change of how we do things. I was telling my friends yesterday, I said, one day we're going to remember how silly it was and how much time we wasted texting people. Because it'll be something else.
What do you mean by that? Give me some more details.
Well, we used to talk to people on phones that were attached to walls.
Yep.
Now we can talk to people in our cars, we can talk to people on a fucking plane, we can talk to people across the world. So we used to spend a whole bunch of time talking to people standing or sitting in a chair. Now we can do a whole bunch of other things. But like when I'm texting someone a paragraph, that takes a lot of fucking time.
Oh yeah.
Right? I have to stop what I'm doing, I have to text message, blah, 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 blah. And I just think in my lifetime, there's gonna be a point where I go, remember when we used to text each other? remember when we did that? Remember T9 Word?
Yep. You're gonna have an AI agent that you're just gonna be like, go yell at my girlfriend for me.
Or it is your girlfriend.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. Funny story. I had another guest on, and we were actually talking about dating apps, 2026 AI, and one of the things that we brought up was like sex robots and how that will change the shape of humanity with respect to when an AI is implanted in like an actual hardware sex robot, and men and women all over the world have access to a lifelike machine that can act like a human and fuck like a human.
Yeah. Yeah, I am signing up for the Tesla sex robot.
that has so many life-changing.
Elon's really working on that one hard.
Oh,
no pun intended.
Well, he's got like what, 10, 12 kids now, and
yeah, yeah. No, I would definitely be up for a robot girlfriend, 100%, because you can just turn that bitch off.
Well, to be fair, you've had not the greatest experience when it comes to girlfriends, from my understanding.
Oh, it's all my fault though.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. When it comes to relationships, and so like that's another thing. I have a lot of value to add to people of what not to do, because yeah, all the relationships that I've been in that have failed, which is 100% of them, have all been majority Daniel's fault, and it comes down to this one thing. And it's on your paper right there. I don't love anyone more than my goals.
Yep.
Right? I used to, like, it hurts to hear that, but it really is true. Like, I don't love anything or anyone more than my goals. And that's maybe selfish. It is very selfish. But, guys, no one else gets to live your fucking life. You know what I mean? Like, no one, in my opinion, no one else gets a fucking vote.
Well, that's where I was going to go with this is, you know, when you sent that to me, the first thing I saw was like, this is a man that's on a mission, has passion, which causes women to flock to you because women want a man with passion, vision, confidence, knows where he's going, blah, blah, blah.
Famous on the internet.
Famous on the internet. And frankly, like...
5'11", not 6 foot. They like when I say 5'11", not 6 foot.
Wouldn't you prefer having goals as opposed to not having goals? Wouldn't you prefer who you are as you sit right now as opposed to a guy who cares too much about other people, lets them walk all over him, doesn't actually have a mission? Which would you rather have? And is there a middle ground?
Yeah, sometimes I am envious. Envious is probably not the right word, but I am, sometimes I wish I was more like some of the guys I grew up with in high school, where they are totally content with middle America, you know, drinking on the weekends, vacation every so often, Netflix at night, and just having a good time. Like, I know a bunch of guys that are just like, they love that life. And I couldn't do it. I tried to live a normal life. I tried to do the married career, kid thing, and it drove me fucking crazy. So sometimes I do wish like I had a bit more simple goal set, right? Like I wish I would be more content being comfortable, but I don't know. I've just always had an urge to just kind of see how much I can do.
Yeah.
Like I'm just trying to max this shit out. I don't know why or what, but I got a motor that can go, and I just want to use it.
Well, does maxing shit out though? Does that entail having a girlfriend one day, or another wife, or a stable relationship, as they say?
The only problems I have in my life start with the name of a girl I've had sex with. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, and it's not that I don't like women or anything like that, but what I've found is that the second that, so if you've ever read, there's this book called Love and Respect. It's a marriage book, and it talks about how women crave love and men crave respect, right? And those two things are totally opposite of each other.
For sure.
And that basically makes the case of that men and women understand each other just enough to reproduce. And so there's a ratio in a relationship with a man and a woman between respect and love. All right. And the second that you get intimate with them, that dial starts to favor love.
Yeah.
Right. And the more it gets turned to the love side, the less respect you start to get. And if you're craving respect and you're seeing it decline, then you start to get discontent.
Right.
Right? Because you're not getting the thing that you're actually after, which is respect. And so I've seen that dial for me just like keep trending in the love direction every time I've been in a relationship, and not toward the respect. And I can't figure out how to get it there. Right? Like I thought, being the breadwinner would do it, or making sure, my girlfriend didn't have to work. We had people cleaning our house. We had I was trying to make her life as comfortable as possible, and still it was just like, this is not working here. So I'm not sure if I'm really cut out for the relationship thing, because I have in the past, because I've been single now for 13 months, and every single month that I've been single, like our business has grown. I've had more opportunities, and I kind of started reflecting back not long ago of like, you know how many hours I wasted on a couch at night rubbing a fucking foot?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Probably a lot.
A lot of hours rubbing feet.
But maybe that's like, maybe there is a middle ground. Or I would personally say there's a middle ground of like where you can, as a man, do your thing, run your show, get respect, but also not like bend over backwards. The red pill community talks about like, and I'm not totally for it or against it, but there is some sort of middle ground around this whole thing where like, and not many men are good at it. I would say most men, most women are not good at, like, especially in 2026, finding the middle ground on a relationship. Love, respect, where it all coincides.
Yeah, the fix is the fucking AI robots.
Sex robots. Lots of them.
Yeah.
5 in every house for both parties.
Yeah, no, there's definitely people that know how to do it. I'm not one of them.
That's fair. I mean, everybody has to live their life. I would say you're a man on a mission. You have to go with that. And everything else, like you said, is downstream of that, which let's get into that real quick of.
Everything you want in life is downstream?
Yes.
I heard on another Diary of CEO podcast, and I'm blanking on who the guy was. He was a billionaire, but he wasn't like a famous billionaire. He was just a guy that had a lot of money to his name and managed a really big investment fund. I can't think of his name right now, but he kept saying that everything you want in life is downstream. And what he meant by that is that whenever you encounter resistance on a thing that you're doing, it's usually that resistance is on purpose. And that resistance is to make you actually go do something else. It's actually like an energy. It's a sign. It's like, you know, if people are like, God, I need a sign. It's like, there's your sign, dude.
That is it.
Yeah, that's it. You don't like it, but that's it.
Yep.
Right. And so, great example was the app that I built. The only reason I built that fucking app is because I wasn't with my kid. My kid got taken away from me. And so like, well, what else am I going to do? Well, this Claude thing came out. I'm really interested in it. I have this opportunity now in front of me where I can nerd the fuck out for 7 days on this thing. And I built the thing in 7 days. It's exactly what I did.
Yep.
And then we sold it and made money. And so, yeah, I missed the time with my kid, but the signal that I got was not try to fight it, try to make a big scene about it, you know, get all upset, spend a bunch of fucking mental energy thinking about it. I just went, nope, new task. What is this? What is the overwhelming feeling? What's that thing that's been on my mind the last few weeks that I've been like, oh yeah, I should probably do a little bit of research on that. Should probably get current on, because that's what it was in my mind. It was like leading up to that trip was, and you know, maybe when I get back, I'll start doing the open claw thing. It seems pretty interesting. So it was already on my mind. And then as soon as the resistance came, I just went the other direction.
Yeah.
She went this way, I went that way, built the app, it was successful. And that was the thing I was supposed to do. And so I reflect back now to other parts of my life where I was like, man, I really didn't see the signal there. Like in physical therapy school, right off the fucking, I got expelled with like 2.5 months left before graduation. I'd done 2 of my 3 clinical rotation, done all the didactic portion. I was in school for 2.5 years, 3-year program. And literally within the first week, I got like put in a separate area because I didn't have the COVID vaccine. So like right off the bat, it was just, and I'd gotten out of the Army because of the COVID vaccine. It's like right off the bat, I was like, oh shit, we're back to this. I thought, because I was moving to Texas. It was 2021, late 2021. We're moving to Texas from Hawaii, which was like super lockdown. And so I'm like, yes, we're moving to Texas. Like, you know, I have to wear masks. And there was no mask policies in Texas at that point. But I went to a private Catholic university where they had a fucking mask policy.
Of course.
And I was just like, are you fucking kidding me? And so right off the bat, I'm already like, this isn't good. Then a couple weeks later, I'm on a podcast, not like this, but it's just like a smaller Zoom podcast, and we're talking about the physical therapy profession. And I mentioned something about physical fitness, and you know, physical therapists should probably be able to do a pull-up or maybe do the movement that they are going to prescribe to the patient. And all of these all these rather overweight females in my cohort got very upset about that and reported it and made a big scene. We had to do an open, and one of them said they were suicidal. So so then I got I got a professionalism citation, so more resistance. Then same thing, I'm like, just more resistance every time. Like my daughter was born, they didn't have a paternity leave policy, so that was like a whole mess. And like I'm getting marked absent, but I'm in the fucking hospital because my wife's having a kid. It was just resistance after resistance after resistance. And what I should have done after the first semester is just pulled out and said, this isn't for me.
Yeah.
But I fucking was like, no, I got my GI Bill. I'm going to grind through this. We got a plan. I don't care. I'm just like, you know, I'm a fucking soldier. I can take this, like whatever. Like I'll just put my head down and do my work. And I would just keep getting caught up in these fucking problems at school, and it ended up me getting expelled. And like I wasted so much time where I should have just been like, should have seen the resistance and been like, this isn't even worth it, man.
Yep.
And get out of there and go do something. Now I'm glad I didn't, because it led to all this. But now going forward, whenever I meet situations where the resistance is just like over and over and over again, I'm just like, all right, let's go the other way. Just go the other way.
So does that play into your you know, one of the quotes that you sent me was, if it's not fun, it's not worth doing.
Oh, yeah. Yes, if it's not fun, it's not worth doing. Somebody asked me in the gym 2 days ago, how long do you normally work out for? I said, I leave when I stop having fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. How many sets do you do on chest? When this exercise stops becoming fun, I leave. And that has been a huge help in my, or that has had a big impact on my mental health, because doing things that are fun is effortless.
Yeah.
I told you early on when I was posting all that educational content, it was not fun anymore. That's what burnout is, guys. If you're listening, the burnout is simply you stopped having fun. That was it. It's no longer fun. It now feels like a job. And Instagram felt like a job back then. So that's why I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna go eat in my car, smoke some weed, and talk some shit.
So how would you tell somebody watching this to get through the valley when they're not having fun? Because I know we talked about the valley. We're saying right now, like, if it's not fun, it's not worth doing. How do you bring them both together?
My cameraman, Alex.
Good name.
Yep, my cameraman, Alex. We've been to several countries together. We've filmed, I think, 14 out of the 17 Day in the Life seasons that I've had. Each season had about 6 to 7 episodes. So we filmed like thousands of videos together. And one of the things that he taught me was that no matter where we go, no matter what we do as far as like shooting content, the first thing we do is we have to have fun. Because I suck on the camera if I'm not having fun. Like, I'm terrible. Not that I'm studying over, like, it's not that I'm stumbling over my words or, I'm saying the wrong things. It's just that the energy's not there.
Yeah.
And so the first time we did this, or like he taught me about this, or he showed me this, we kind of learned it together, but he showed it to me, is I had put on a content cruise to Mexico. And so we sold high ticket, rooms for the cruise.
I remember that because you had a bunch of reels and carousels of you on a cruise.
Yeah. So we sold the content retreat on a cruise ship. We usually do content retreats at Airbnbs, but we did this one on a cruise ship. And we were supposed to leave from Catalina Island. That was like the cruise. It was like where we were starting off at, or like it was just like California, Catalina Island. Good Jesus Christ. We're gonna start in LA. Good grief. Okay, I'm gonna tell you the whole story. So we had an Airbnb in LA the night before the cruise. And the Airbnb was a refurbished cruise ship. So our Airbnb was on a cruise ship, and then we were gonna get on an actual cruise ship the next day, go to Catalina Island, go to Ensenada, day at sea, come back, 4-day cruise. And there's conference rooms on the boat that we reserved, and I teach all my shit. Basically, I basically take Instagram for retards, and I take the 30 days and I jam it into 4.
Yep.
So we work, but we have fun, and it's a real good time. But like 2 days before the cruise is supposed to launch, we learned that although we reserved the rooms and paid, they overbooked, and we only got 2 rooms out of the 7.
Oh shit.
So we had to pivot within 48 hours, change everybody's flights to Galveston, Texas, and then get on a different cruise line and go to, where did we go? Not Cabo. Where the fuck did we go? Whatever Mexico City down there. I can't even fucking remember right now. But we went to Mexico and it was awesome. But the getting on the cruise ship, I was stressed the fuck out.
Yeah.
Because people were flying in late, and we already were behind on the content that I needed to teach them how to do. And it was just kind of a shit show. So I was already in kind of that wasn't in a bad mood, but I was just in an anxious, kind of unsettled mood because of all the changes that had to take place. Didn't sleep great, just fucking nightmare, right? And so we get on the ship and we got to start filming. And Alex tells me, he goes, all right, so the first thing you're going to do is you're going to go get on the wave simulator. I was like, no, I'm not getting in my fucking swimsuit right now and going into the fucking pool. No, we got to fucking get the guys together. We got to make sure that everything's squared away. We got to make sure all the equipment, blah, blah. He's like, I need you to go have some fun right now.
Yeah.
And so he took me onto the fucking wave simulator. I was on there with it was like me in line with 6 10-year-olds. Yeah. There's just a bunch of kids and I'm just standing there just in line waiting to go. And so I get on the simulator, and it's fucking awesome, obviously, and I'm laughing and having fun, and I get off, and then we just moved right into filming, and the rest of the cruise was perfect. And then from that point on, it was just like, before every single content shoot, before we ever even turn on the camera, you got to go do something fun. You got to do something fun. And so how do you get through the valley is you literally got to figure out how to make this fun.
Yep.
Do it with another person, start some sort of challenge. I don't know, anything that's going to make that thing fun, you go do it. Even if you got to spend some money to go do it, like, it's worth it. It's 100% worth your mental clarity to go have some fun.
I love it. Daniel, thanks for being on the Super Confident AI podcast. I want to end it on that because that was just amazing.
We blew through it, man.
Yeah, we did.
That was good shit. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely.
Should we answer some chat questions?
Yeah, let's do it. 100% game.
Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got.
What's up?
What's up, big dog?
Here, I'll just.
Are we good on
here.
time?
You're good. You got a meeting here in 10 minutes, but you got a little time.
Cool.
All right, let's answer some chat questions. Flip this around. Some of these are pretty funny.
All right.
Sup, fellow roiding retards. That's the first one. Sup.
Great question. Way to start it off.
Yeah, way to start it off there. Sup, fellow roiding retard. I guess we can do it like that. Yeah, all right, let's see what's up at the top. Daytime stream, yep. What do we got here? Not a ton. What's up with the posing coaching? Like and sub, fam, squad, kinfold. Nah, not a ton of questions here. They're just enjoying the content.
Hell yeah.
Just enjoying the content.
Love that.
Well, cool, man. Then we are officially done.